What's up, YouTube? So we're out here, Atlanta Street Interviews, with another one. And so we actually have a couple out here right now. All right, and so I wanted to ask, how old are you guys?
I'm 27.
27 and 25. And so you guys are fairly young. I want to know, just in summary form, and you can answer it together or two separate stories if that's fine. But what is it that has brought you guys to this point of homelessness in your life?
Well, for me,
Can you come over here a little bit more?
I pretty much became homeless when I tried to,
When you tried to what?
when I tried to go to therapy and tell them about the molestation that was going on in my adopted family towards me.
Okay, hold on. Stop right there. So you tried to go to therapy?
Mm-hmm.
And what were you going to therapy for?
I was going to therapy for my depression
Okay, and you say it was due to...
due to me getting molested as a child.
Okay. And so had you been going to therapy for a long time?
Yeah, and it didn't help.
How long?
For about, from the time I was 8, probably 10 years.
So from the time you was 8,
Yeah, up until I was 18.
you went to therapy. And so when did you get molested, if you don't mind me asking?
I was about 5. The first time I got molested was by an auntie.
It was by an auntie? So this was a female?
Yes.
And how did she molest you?
Well, she used a brush, anything really she could find. Or she'll say we're just playing house.
And she penetrated you?
Yes.
Wow. And so when did you tell someone that she had done this?
I told my best friend when I was in middle school. And she seen one day when we were having a slumber party, just me and her, my mom wanted me to go visit my aunt, and I broke down in tears. And my best friend asked me what happened, and I was like, I keep getting molested by my aunt. And I told her I didn't want to go home. So after that, growing up, I kept running away.
All right, so let me pause. Okay, so I guess I'm a little confused on the timeline because you said that you had been going to therapy since you was 8, but you said that you didn't admit that your aunt had been molesting you until you was in middle school.
No, I admitted it to my best friend.
Okay, so
that's the whore therapy.
okay, so when did you and so why did you start therapy at 8?
Because my birth father was murdered.
Okay. So, and did your father and mother, were they together?
No.
Okay, but your father was murdered?
Yes.
And so you started therapy at 8. How was he murdered?
He was a gang violence, pretty much.
Okay, gang violence? Okay. Okay, and so you say that you're homeless because you tried to tell... I'm sorry, tell that part again?
I'm homeless because I pretty much tried to tell about the molestation. My family didn't want to admit to it and got into a big fight, so they put me out on the streets. So.
And when did they put you on the street? How old were you?
I was 18, and then my mom told me to come back, so that's why I was running off the street homeless. But this time it was for good.
And so when did she put you out this time? How long ago?
Last year in September.
So September 2021?
Yes.
And she put you out because of what? Because you were still... Was it still because of the molestation accusation, or was it something else?
It was still because of the molestation accusation.
Okay. Put a pin in that. And so, why would you say, what has brought you to this point of homelessness in your life?
Honestly, man, I came to Atlanta and was stuck in Atlanta by accident. I was originally supposed to be in Florida, but I had a 10-hour delay on the mega bus and lost track of time and said, hey, might as well stick it out. And it's been an on and up, down, upbeat ever since.
How long ago was that?
That was close to 9 years ago.
That was 9 years ago?
Close to 9 years ago.
Have you been homeless ever since?
And in and out of Rice Street ever since. I used to work right there at the Gateway Center, right there, the Gateway Shelter. It's a security officer. But see, the funny thing about why I'm homeless right now is because the lieutenant right there at the security, that's the security officer there, I used to stay with him. I used to live with him. I used to have a key to his house. I used to ride to work every day with him. You know, he hired me, gave me a place to stay. I started to fall in love with a young lady, and one day I get a picture text, and it says, "Why do you have a firearm in my house?" Now the funny thing about it, the picture text, the picture showed a BB gun that he had been, confiscated, or so-called self-confiscating from me, just so I won't have too much fun with it. So he says, "Come get this, or I'm going to send this to your probation officer and the mental health courts." Okay, give me like an hour and a half. I'll come back and get it. He says, "Also come back and get your stuff as well." I get there, probably like in an hour and 40 minutes at to be the most, because I was always in Decatur trying to catch the bus and the train back. So that's a long ride right there. So when I got back over there, went and got my stuff, there was no arguing, no altercation when I got there or anything, or nothing took place, no aggression level from either sides. Got there, I got my clothes as he instructed in the text, and set the key on the table and walked out. And since then I have been homeless.
What does that have to do with you being in love with a young lady? Because you mentioned that, but then you never kind of got back to that. You said you was in love with a young lady. What does she have to do with that part of the story?
All right, so the thing was, I couldn't bring the young lady to his house, no company, and allow company in his house. His mom stayed there as well, but it was his house. It is his house. So with me knowing I can't bring my lover home with me or to come over his company, sometimes, it make me feel like less of a man. I'm not able to be there with her, or I'm not able to.
And you were how old at this point?
This was just like 5 months ago.
So just 5 months ago, you was working there?
Yes.
As a security officer? Huh. So this just happened 5 months ago?
This just happened 5 months ago.
Okay. Was it this young lady right here?
No.
Okay, this was a different young lady.
Yes. Well, I ended up having to go to Birmingham because of all of this, and just now getting back probably like 2 weeks ago.
So you just got back to Atlanta from Birmingham?
Yes.
What were you doing in Birmingham?
I actually went to Birmingham with the lover that I had.
Were you homeless then, or were you having a place to stay?
Having a place to stay, but wasn't feeling comfortable.
So let me ask, where are you from, man?
From Memphis.
Okay, and so you were on your way to Florida, stopped off at a stop here on the mega bus, lost track of time, and then just stayed here and been here for 9 years. You say in and out of Rice Street. What's the worst thing you've gone to Rice Street for?
Honestly, man, when I first came to Atlanta, when you are young and you just roaming around the city not knowing where you're going, you get a lot of other young people that whether they're in gangs or not, that what we call try. They're gonna try you. You know what I mean? They're gonna come at you with some type of scheme about phones.
Okay, so what happened? Somebody tried you, and tell me what happened.
So, okay.
Let's get to it.
A couple of people tried me, and I may have hit a couple of people with a couple of bricks. End up doing 15 months behind it once, and well, it's been back and forth.
Okay. All right. So let me back up again. Can you come on in here? All right. So do either one of you guys have any kids?
No.
Okay. So no kids whatsoever. Have either one of you been married? Okay. When would you say you guys started messing around with each other?
As of a week ago.
Okay. And so being out here together, do you guys have sex? Okay. Hold on. Okay. Do you have protected sex, or do you have unprotected sex?
Unprotected sex.
Okay. All right. Had a little emergency at the house I had to tend to real quick. But so just to wrap this up, do you guys think that your parents would want to come and get you?
I honestly can't really say that. My mom, I'm cool with her, but the rest of my family gets in her head, so I would honestly say no to that.
So you say your mom is comfortable with you?
Yes, but the rest of my family is not, because I'm
Okay, so you're adopted.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. And so what about you, man?
I don't know where my mom is at. I can't locate her. But my father, he may help me.
Is your father in Memphis?
Yes.
Is that who raised you?
No.
Who raised you?
I was raised in foster care pretty much the majority of my life.
Okay, so
I didn't get out of foster care until 19.
were you, and so when was the last time you saw your mom?
It's been over 7 years ago.
So she didn't raise you?
No.
Was she on drugs?
Yes, I went through child abuse a lot by my mom in the past. And even as an adult, when I became 19, she was still trying to be abusive.
Okay. And your dad is he on drugs as well, or? Okay, so he's in Memphis and he's just living a normal life
As a truck driver.
as a truck driver. Okay. Okay. And so you feel like if he saw this video, he would probably want to come get you and maybe kind of help you get things back on track?
Probably.
Okay. Well, listen, guys, I appreciate y'all taking the time, man, answering a lot of my candid questions. And I definitely wish nothing but the best for y'all, man. God bless y'all out here, all right? All right.